Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have a review for you guys of the ColecoVision original library game, Keystone Kapers. Now, it was originally created and ported as a console port in the sense of Activision, as a third-party developer, ported it directly to each console, and they also ported it to home computers. The other type of console port would be, where, in my definition anyway, would be basically where a company had a game, such as with Mattel's M Network for the Intellivision, where it was an original library game on their console, but then was ported over to other consoles. In any case, this is one of the instances where it was ported just straight to the consoles and home computers, and that's another way of defining a console port. Anyway, the original was done in 1983 for the Atari VCS 2600, and then in 1984 we got the ColecoVision port, which is a very good one. There are some complaints that people have with it at times. I can understand that. We'll go over some of that. Anyway, it was developed by developer Gary Kitchen for Activision, who published it. And again, the original was done in 1983. This was 1984, so about a year went by. That also began during the period where the home video game console, the market for home video games and all, would be kind of still in decline in the North American market. But still holding on some. That's what some people don't get, in a way, is besides just Atari and all. With the ColecoVision, Coleco held on, and so did Intellivision all back then. Tried to, at least, through the whole thing for a while, so. Anyway, I just have a loose cartridge, which you guys will see me unbox a while back. Forgive that glare. It's pretty nice. There's a little bit of wear that you can see going on here and here, but other than that, it's pretty well intact. Very nice box art. You can see, cartridge label art. You can see the Activision here. Can tell, looking at it, it's very well a ColecoVision cartridge, and done in Activision's type of style, with the ridges and all grooves, and these for helping you get in and out of the console without a big hassle. And I don't have them, but it does have on the back the usual ColecoVision slot for overlays. And it's all pretty nice. Mr. Gary Kitchen, apparently, as I became aware in my research, took some inspiration from an old film series of silent films, which were pretty popular and prominent from 1912 to 1917, called Keystone Cops, with a C. And they were had revivals and stuff, and have remained a thing in popular culture to some degrees, all the way through to the present. Anyway, it was all about a group of bumbling cops, who apparently can't, despite all the energy and effort they expend into things, seem to be pretty incompetent at doing things. Thus the inspiration to create Keystone Kelly, our protagonist here, chasing down Hooligan Harry through this mall. Again, why Harry is actually dressed as though he's just gotten out of the jailhouse. Go figure, I wouldn't want to rob a place looking like that. Anyway, the Keystone Cops that it was based on was named for Keystone, the Keystone Film Company, which was had their own Keystone studio. And it was all produced back then by producer Max Sennett. So it was a thing, and that's where he got the inspiration from. I hadn't run across that information when I was doing my review of the Atari VCS 2600 port of the game, so this is one that's a little bit new to me. Hey, you keep doing these things and keep researching for these reviews, you learn something new from time to time. But I thought that was just an interesting tidbit to share. Anyway, it's very good. Again, you're trying to chase down and catch Hooligan Harry while he's trying to toss all this stuff at you through the mall, and you have about 50 seconds to get your hands on him before he will escape off the roof. And it's pretty simple gameplay, not much different than the Atari VCS 2600 port, except for it does, being on the ColecoVision, does look a little better. There are some complaints such as that, the shopping carts only come in the one color, I believe, white, whereas it came in like white and gray. On the Atari VCS 2600 port, the airplanes only come in black, whereas on the Atari VCS 2600 port, they came in black and red. Things like that. And both Hooligan Harry and Keystone Kelly are a bit taller, and they have visible eyes, and the shops do have some more detail and all. Skyline is not considered the very best looking, but it's somewhat more detailed. One of the main complaints, I guess, is that the gameplay didn't seem to be changed up much, but if it had been, well, it would still be more of the same game, but yeah, the ColecoVision, you could have done more with it, but at the same time, you could have also, as they did, leave it mostly the same and somewhat graphically improved and all, and it would still be good. So I think, those criticisms, they have some validity, but at the same time, they're not such a huge big deal. At least to me, it still looks and plays like an awesome game. Anyway, instead of me rattling on about it for too long, let's go ahead. I'm going to get this into my ColecoVision Phoenix, and we're going to take a look at some gameplay. Okay, so here we go. Phoenix starts up and recognizes it within just a second. Nice intro screen here. Okay, same basic stuff mostly. Again, we can see I'm a bit taller, if not a great deal. I have eyes, and I've seen some describe the run that you have on this one for Keystone Kelly is looking kind of like a kick step. And I guess there's some justification in looking at it that way, but to me, it still looks perfectly fine. Come on, Hooligan Harry, you're not going to escape from me today. Ha! And in 31 seconds. Nice little score there. Radio. Come back here. There we go. Of course, we're getting on to round 3, and it starts to get a fair deal tougher by 3 or 4. Okay, I have to do it the hard way, huh? I don't think so. Always watch for that second airplane on that one. There I go forgetting to watch my own advice. Ugh. No, you don't. Forgot about the one up there. Come back here, you rotten thief. Okay. Give me that way this time. Oops. At least I don't have to worry about another cart. That was close. Oops. Darn. Ugh. And apparently I must have earned an extra life. I forget if it's at 10,000 still or 11,000 or what that you get those here. Sometime today, please. Alright, let's forget about that ball. Can we make it? Maybe. Ah! Darn, forgot about the double radio. Of course I always do. And the double plane. One more chance. Well, this one ain't gonna work. Oh well, yeah, as you see, it ramps up in difficulty. Some can make it much further than that. Me, I'm okay for the first few, but it takes a while to build up that skill. Well, I think you guys have seen enough gameplay for now. Okay, so that was Keystone Kapers. an original library game for the ColecoVision from Activision and by the awesome Gary Kitchen. Despite what criticisms it may get, I think it is still an awesome port of the game. It's very much, somewhat more detailed, very much nicer looking. The gameplay is not much different than the Atari VCS 2600 port, but to me, again, if it was, it would still be a port of the same game, but it would be being that much different. I can understand people liking when different ports of different games have some different and more advanced features and all, but at the same time, to me, it's kind of better if it stays mostly the same game with not too much changed. It looks nicer and plays very well, so to me, that's what counts. As for the rest, you can nitpick all you like, but Mr. Gary Kitchen still did excellent work porting this one over too, so. Anyway, I have a few recommendations and links for you guys. One, Pets' Gym 1, and 2, You Really Play That. 3, Atari Leaf. 4, 65 Gamer Guy. 5, ISB, which I think is still short for Il Seabass. I haven't shared anything from him in a while, but, And I've got a new one, New Coleco, which I forget, I think he does or used to be associated with the ColecoVision Addict website. But they all have some nice videos showing some good gameplay and all. So if you guys would like to, go ahead and feel free to take a look at those. I will be putting up an announcement post later on for the upcoming homebrew prototype or ProBrew game review that's going to be coming up this next Sunday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm pretty sure which one I'm going to do, but again, with me, no spoilers. Y'all just look for the on social media and on my Facebook post to find out what it's going to be if you want to. Big shout out to my the ColecoVision and Atom Fanatics Facebook group. Love you guys. And my ColecoVision World Facebook group with my friend Aaron Spinks, who's one of those who runs it. You guys should be getting this video before too terribly long, hopefully. Well, it's pretty early, so it won't feel like that long. The uploads sometimes take a bit. If you guys enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. You guys take care. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you all again, hopefully, on Sunday.